3-0. Manchester City just got destroyed by Real Madrid in the Champions League. I'm talking a complete and total breakdown. In the first leg, City went to Madrid and got taken apart by a Federico Valverde hat-trick that has put Real Madrid in an unbeatable position. Seriously? History shows that when Real Madrid gets a 3-goal lead, it is game over. It feels like this entire thing is already decided. But this is the Champions League, and it never follows the script. On the other side is Manchester City, and they have the ultimate goal-scoring machine, Haaland. To pull this off, they need more than just luck. They need the most perfect game of football ever played. It sounds impossible, but is it? We are going to break down the 3 insane challenges Manchester City has to win to pull off the greatest comeback in Champions League history. Before we can even talk about the comeback, you have to see how big this disaster was. Losing 3-0 wasn't an accident. It was a tactical masterclass from Real Madrid. City had the ball the whole time, but Madrid controlled everything. They built a giant defensive wall and basically let City pass the ball around where it was useless, cutting off every single important pass. The craziest part of the first game was Federico Valverde, who scored a hat-trick in the first half and exposed every single one of City's weaknesses. His first goal was an insane long-range missile that punished City for playing too far up. The second was a lightning-fast team move that showed how deadly Madrid is on the counter-attack. And the third came from them pressurizing City like crazy in the final third. Every single goal was a tactical nightmare for City. Madrid's defense was just as insane. They built a fortress with one goal, completely shut down Haaland. They packed the midfield and left zero space, forcing City to the sides of the field where they couldn't do anything. Haaland wasn't totally invisible, but they completely neutralized him. He couldn't make any of his explosive runs. In the end, City had their worst attacking game of the entire season. They barely even created one chance. That single star tells you everything. This is the mountain City has to climb. It's not just 3 goals. It's breaking through a fortress that seems unbreakable. And only a few teams have ever come back from 3 goals down in this competition. The most famous comebacks, like Liverpool vs Barcelona, were foiled by an insane home crowd and a crazy belief that they could win. This is the level of performance City has to find right now. So, how do they actually do it? They can't just send everyone forward and pray because Madrid would score 5 goals on the counter-attack. This comeback has to be a perfect tactical plan, and it all comes down to 3 key battles. The first and biggest challenge is unleashing Erling Haaland. If Haaland has another bad game, City have zero chance of winning. In the last game, Madrid's defense stabbed him of the ball. The answer isn't just to send in random crosses, it's to use smart movements to literally pull Madrid's defense apart. This is where City has to be constantly moving and swapping positions. We are talking about Bernardo Silva, Semenyo, all of them running everywhere. They need to drift wide and then cut inside, forcing Madrid's players to make a choice. Do I follow him and leave a huge gap, or do I stay and let the world-class player get the ball in a super dangerous spot? It's a lose-lose for Madrid. For example, City can use their wingers to pin Madrid's defense. Imagine Jeremy Doku stays all the way out on the wing, which pulls a defender with him. The second he does that, another player sprints into the massive space that just opened up. It's all about creating chaos. And of course, they have to use their famous third man runs. Instead of a hard pass to Haaland, a player like Rodri will pass to Silva, who instantly passes to a third player who is already sprinting into the box. These are almost impossible to defend, and Haaland is a genius at timing these runs to get the ball right where he wants it, inside the box, facing the goal. None of the plans for Haaland matters if City loses the midfield again. The first leg proved how dominant Madrid's midfield is. Their position is designed to control the middle of the field, and their counter-attacks are absolutely devastating. For City, this war starts with one man, Rodri. He has to run their entire attack while also being a one-man shield against the counter. He might even have to beat a Madrid midfielder to press him just to create a tiny bit of space to pass to Silva. The battle between Silva and Madrid's main defensive midfielder is going to be huge. Silva has to find those little pockets of space to cause damage, but he also has to defend like his life depends on it. The second City lose the ball, Madrid's counter-attack, led by Valverde and Vinicius Jr., is their deadliest weapon. City has to press like crazy and win the ball back in seconds. If they don't, their defense will get exposed just like last time. It's the ultimate high-risk, high-reward strategy. And then you have the final boss, Kylian Mbappe. He was a terrifying threat in the first game, and he proved that he doesn't need a tactic. He is the tactic. His insane speed and perfect finishing make him the most dangerous player on the planet for a team that is already winning. He lives to destroy teams that play a high line. City cannot let one defender try to stop him. That gamble failed last time. The only way to stop him is for the entire team to do it. They have to double team him whenever they can, with wingers like Bernardo Silva tracking all the way back to help. They have to pressure Madrid's midfielders so they don't even have time to look up and launch a long ball to him. Pep Guardiola might even have to tell his defenders to play a little deeper to take away the space Mbappe wants to run into. But that's a dangerous game. If you drop too deep, you invite more pressure. If you play too high, you get destroyed by his speed. How City solves the Mbappe problem will be just as important as anything they do when they have the ball. This giant game of tactical chess is what makes the Champions League the greatest competition on earth. Overturning a 3-0 deficit against Real Madrid is a challenge that seems impossible, but we've laid out the blueprint for the comeback. Do you think City can actually pull this off? Can Haaland be the hero, or will Real Madrid be too much for them? Spam the comments with your predictions right now. And if you love crazy challenges like this, hit that subscribe button because you are not going to want to miss what's next. So, can they actually do it? Can Manchester City really pull off this impossible comeback? The chances are insanely small. They need to do 3 giant things at the exact same time. Unlock Haaland by breaking down an elite defense, win a war in the midfield against the best counter-attacking team, and somehow neutralize the game-breaking speed of Kylian Mbappe. Each of those challenges is almost impossible on its own. To do all 3 in 90 minutes against Real Madrid would be legendary. The stadium needs to be an absolute fortress, and City's players need to be more precise, more courageous, and more deadly than we have ever seen. They absolutely have to score an early goal to make the stadium explode with belief. While the plan is there, actually doing it is a completely different story. If City can win these three battles, the comeback is on. But if they fail at even one of them, this impossible mountain will be too steep to climb. History says it can't be done, but on a huge Champions League night, history is just waiting to be completely rewritten. This is Touchline Talk. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. It goes a long way. And until my next video, catch you soon.